are these people?
This guy, I see him. I literally have called him the mayor of Substack. His name is Ted Gioia. He's actually a jazz writer. Ted Gioia is the honest broker. All right. And he wrote this article about how Substack has changed in the last 30 days. And he used a lot of the Gandhi type of references about first they laugh at you, right? Then they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you, and then you win. And that is really what he sees happening here at Substack as more infiltration has happened, as more large corporations and outlets are recognizing that journalism happens here and censorship does not happen here, and that their app is effective in getting people to read. Their referral system is effective in getting new subscribers to check out your publication. And this is a really good article about how it's changed. Now, I disagree with him in a way that he almost says like it's inevitable, all right, that we should look. Billboard magazine is now launching a Substack. All right. I'm happy to have opposition from this quarter. It clarifies the values at stake. That's nice. All right. But they're launching a new Substack letter all about the charts. BBC History launching a Substack. Pete Buttigieg, Jasmine Crockett. So now people are starting to now think that politicians are going to be able to connect with their one-to-one subscribers here. Now, his attitude is basically, I'm not so chuffed about any of this, brands starting up. I don't think they'll have much luck here, but I do see more change in our future. I anticipate a stage 5 in the evolution, which is where the boundaries between alternative and legacy media start to blur or collapse. Counterculture Substacks will now turn into big media businesses like Public from Michael Schellenberger, or Barry Weiss in the Free Press, or Mehdi Hassan with Zeteo, right? It's already happening. He says he applauds it. I disagree. The establishment will loosen up and develop new skills. I don't want them to loosen up and develop new skills. I want them to die off. Upstart Substackers like him will also benefit, maybe, but not really. Only in the fact that you get stronger when they attack you because of the what do they call that principle? I can't think of it right now. Streisand. That's all. The Streisand effect. All right. But whether you love it or hate it, this is the future and it's happening quickly. So embrace it. And I'm like, fight it and make preparations to go elsewhere because you're going to get further and further drowned out over time. So that's the first story. The second story is a really important story. No, not necessary. Don't enable these stupid cookies. By the way, always tell people to disable the cookies.
Bad cookies.
We talked about
bad cookie.
Bad cookies is not here. I don't see him in chat, by the way. We did talk earlier about Trump and crypto and Bitcoin and Tether. Well, I also wanted to make note that this Protos website, protos.com, has a website, has an article about how all the crypto cases that Trump's SEC has either paused or dismissed in 2025. And it's a bunch of them. And it creates a timeline to show you what's a dismissed Binance lawsuit. I didn't even hear about that. That was May 29th. All right. So this is another crazy article to take a look at if you're interested in just how much the Trump admin is pumping crypto and looking the other way to the corruption and the scamming and the rug pulls that they actually have executed. Now they're going to get away with it scot-free, it appears. Some good news. I believe we covered when Asa Winstanley was raided earlier last summer and had his devices confiscated by the terrorism police. Well, a judge ruled that his October raid, it was October, was unlawful. So he's won back his computers and phones, and there they are. Okay. A court has ruled that the raid and resulting seizure of my devices that British counterterrorism police carried out on my home in October was unlawful. That's great. So minor wins. All right. The dawn raid happened in the early hours of October 17th of last year. Right. Approximately 10 officers arrived at his North London home before 6 a.m., served him with warrants and other papers authorizing them to search his house. Those warrants were improperly obtained and therefore are illegal. They had to give back what they took. I don't know how much of a win that is necessarily, because they'll just get new warrants, and I'm guessing that they'll probably try to repeat this process multiple times. So that's the Asa Winstanley thing. I also wrote an article. We're live streaming on Substack right now. We've been doing this now this is the 5th week in a row. I wrote an article about the experience so far, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's great to bring in the email subscriber audience. I still see it getting better. It needs some work. I want to be able to bring any chat that happens within the stream into this environment, so like I'm able to put other chats from other platforms like YouTube or Discord or Kick on screen, but I can't do that from Substack yet. It's kind of its own walled garden. So that's one thing. So this article about observations, what's good and what's bad, and what can they fix? What are we missing pre-stream, during the stream, and after the stream? And then also the original article that I had written, I believe is linked somewhere from a month ago. There it is. There's the original one about when I first announced it, and I was excited that we were able to finally live stream this show directly to Substack, because I've been uploading it every week and doing the clips and sharing the links every week since we started this show. Again, this is episode 162. We've been doing this for almost 4 years, folks. Right. I also did a one-on-one interview. I also did a one-on-one interview with our friend, the Dissident, INN co-founder as well. He's one of the original 16 that Reef and I had gone to start this network. And the Dissident and I talked a lot about Israel and their media war on the Western press, their psyops, the propaganda, the journalist killings that happen in Gaza and in the West Bank. All right, the way that they've been fucked with Issa Amro on his property. What happened, and we talked about earlier about this horrible picture that Ricky and Council of State Media had. I guess I closed that window already. The penning in of all of for aid, and the disgusting way that they're treating this, that they're actually trying to help while simultaneously starving the population. So go check that out. In addition, the Dissident also published an article yesterday about how Trump is expanding the surveillance state with Palantir, references some Whitney Webb stuff in there. So go check that out. That's at the 307.substack.com. All these links will be in the description. Okay. Then we've also got, of course, every week, we have been talking about our friends who are fighting cancer. So this is Chanda. Chanda, we're waiting and hoping for her next scan to show clear, and I think they'll declare her in remission. But in the meantime, she's still got bills to pay. She's still very achy and very sore. Her doctor told her that what she's experiencing is arthritis, and it's not an additional spread of cancer, thankfully. But she's not doing totally great. By the way, also shout out to Oz. Oz is also having a fight himself. And we love Oz and Chanda, Beauty and the Boomer. Hopefully they'll be back live real soon. Also our friend Andrew Smith from Action for Assange, his daughter AnnaMari, there on the left, has been fighting brain tumors. She's learning to walk with a cane and to read Braille, and anything we can do to get anything. I see that nothing came in the last week. They raised the goal to 7,500 from 6,500, which they did reach. Thank you to everybody who's able to give. We know it's tough out there right now, and it's graduation season, and kids are going to summer camp, and we're all getting squeezed. Tariffs or whatever, costs are going up. They're using the excuse of tariffs to actually raise prices everywhere. It's silly. Why is it doing that over your head, Reef? I just noticed that it's showing like chat over you for some reason. Very strange. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, finally, IndieNewsNow.com. That's a website that I had built to be able to aggregate news from across all of independent media. So you've got INN and How Do We Miss That and Indie Media Today stuff there. But we've also got stuff from Esha and Historically. We've got Do Dissidents. You've got Odyssey live streams and videos. The Reese Report from Greg Reese. You've got Derek Bros put out a thing where he was performing. You can watch him do that. We've got Wheezy over there on Odyssey. He did an interview with the guy from UB40 earlier today. All right. You've got Matt Taibbi, Jim Ragusky. You've got, there's a Richard. Okay. This is actually Progressive Truth Seekers putting out a Richard Medhurst video. Tons and tons of content. It goes for days and days and days. You could just keep scrolling forever and find stuff. But not only that, there's actually a watch live tab so that you can actually watch this stream. And anytime INN is live, you'll be able to watch the stream right here. Hey, look at that. We're live right there. Check that out. All right. So, and not only that, but you can also, there's a way to keep the news free. There's a way to direct donate and contribute here. Sorry.
I was going to ask, when are we, because that's just like the Discord list, right?
Yes, he's working. It's going to be a few more weeks before we bring in the actual chat, but that we're working on that. And then finally,
that chat's right here.
Yeah, that chat is technically over reset. I don't know why it's showing up there. It shouldn't be, but it is.
It's I did it, not you. Not your fault.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought we didn't do that with scrolling chat. I used to have a spot for that. Anyway, new shop. Who dis? So our friends over at Big Frog Productions, that's Ryan from the Independent Review, also has a t-shirt store, created a shop for us for the Indie News shop, indienews.shop. I haven't connected it to the URL yet, but all of the merch that you had on the other website, we've now ported over here, and the price is a lot better. So most shirts are $20 or less. The Zago illustrations, $23. When you use black, it costs a couple of bucks more for a shirt. White shirts are cheaper for whatever reason. Here's a Jesse Jet. My dial doesn't go to delicate. From what is that? DSAI. All right. No, it's before that. Sorry. Cynic will be able to tell you. Yeah. What channel? I don't know which channel. The boats, Indy. The boats. Yes, there is a live stream. Oh, that's going to be on INN 8. The Ocho is where boats are going to be. So Reef will drop in the link to boats on the Ocho. But there's We Deserve Better PsyOps. I love this shirt. When people are occupied, resistance is justified. Again, you can pick that shirt up, $20. INN shop. All right. And that link to the new shop, to the tweet for the new shop, will be in the description as well. If you're able to, and you have a couple of bucks, Cash App, $, Indie News Network. Go to ko-fi.com/Indie News Network. You can go to paypal.me/Indie News Network. Or you can go to indienewsnow.com and you go to the Keep the News Free section, and you can give there as well. Credit card. No Bitcoin. I don't want crypto. Keep your crypto. Keep your USDT. We want actual US dollars that we can spend. But thank you, really, for everyone that's able. What we have tank tops, Anna. What are you talking about? There are every design has a tank top. Every design has a tank top.
Thank you, tops.
There's a whole section there for tanks. Support independent media because we need it more than ever. Love you, fam.
Bye-bye. Mwah. Ciao, baby. We are party.
No! We just fucking lost the stream.
You can't keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your heads. Why play civil if you won't listen? 50,000 died. And now we know our mission. We form a militia, make Congress a prison.